Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd and this week's GameStop Power Packs poll. So in this week, I am here about to enter the vault, but before we go in, I wanted to go over a couple things. One is that as you can see up here, I do have over $100 in my account after opening up 4 starter packs over the past few weeks. And following last week's poll, I did put out this poll asking you guys which pack I should open with that $100, if I should do multiple starters, multiple silvers, starters and silvers, or a gold. And that's what you guys voted on, so that's what I will be opening up. However, one thing that makes me kind of wish this got voted on, or this one, is that if we do look over at GameStop's Power Packs X account, we can see here that as of the morning of October 8th, Pokemon starter packs are back and better than ever, now rip for just $25. And actually the minimum amount that you could be pulling for that $25, I think it was previously $10, now I think it's up to 12 or so we will look at that. And so what I will probably do, depending on what the value of the card is that I pull, I might open up a second pack, opening up a starter pack. So I'll consider that depending on the value of this gold card. But yeah, with all of that being said, let's go into the vault, shall we? All right, on our way in, let's see what's in here for us. All right. Gonna take a second to load, and we are here. And so it does have the silver pulled up, I imagine, because that is the last card that I opened. If we do go over to the starter packs here, it does look like the minimum value that you could get is going to be between $12 and $19, and so that's a $25 expense, but they can go up as high as $250 to $500, so that is pretty cool. But, you know, like I said, I was going to open up the diamond. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to open the diamond 1,000. Maybe eventually I'll work my way up to that. But right now I am going to open up the gold because that's what you guys voted on and I do what you guys want. And so we got this all set up, Pokemon, and you know, it seems like what's likely for this $100 buy that I will most likely get a $50 to $75 card, but maybe I'm surprised and get something that's a little bit higher value. So we will have to see. And so let's go over here and now let's buy. All right, I got the sound on so we can see what's gonna happen with this gold. Hoping for over 100, but we'll see. Let's see, Pokemon, okay. A 9 mint, $150. That's pretty awesome. I'm excited about that. Okay, let's check out the card. Let's read about it. This is the number 251 Full Art Mew 5. Let's see, from the 2021 Pokemon Sword and Shield Fusion Strike PSA grade of 9, valued at $150. And we can see up here, so this is, you know, Mew 5, Mew V, some variation of Mewtwo, something like that. So this is pretty cool. HP 180, very exciting. And so, you know, what I could do now, as you can see here, is my account balance is now only 106. So if I were to, you know, keep this in my collection, I'd not be able to open any more packs. So while I don't want to, I want to hold on to it forever. And this is something that I could also experiment with. I can put this into my collection and then list it on eBay. I could do that, but maybe it takes a while to sell and I don't necessarily want to wait so long. So what I'm going to do, you know, while it has a $150 value, I could sell it for $135. Then there is going to be a 6% fee with that. So let's go over here to sell for $135. And I get, you know, enough to buy another gold card or, you know, something from that poll, the options over here, you know, and for next week, so we can vote again. But then I can also do a starter pack. So I'm going to accept the buyback here. While I'm sad about it, you know, it's for the channel, it's to keep this going, to keep this renewed. And so with all that being said, I'm just going to close this for now. Just want to point out that I have put in a total of $100 into my wallet. I've actually put in 125, but I've taken 25 out. So I've net put in $100, and I now have $127.94. So I've made about a 28% profit having fun with these power packs. So that is pretty cool. And so let's go over to, you know, buy another pack. I think it's coming over here. I was like, oh, I don't want to do gold, you know, that's a little intense. And so, you know, what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to do a starter pack. Hopefully we get something that's a little bit higher value. They have, you know, upped these. They have, you know, brought them back and better than ever. So let's see what that's all about. And let's do a pull here. So I am just going to do that from my balance, $25. Let's go. I'm going to pull up the sound again so we can see. Maybe I make more than 25 bucks with this. That would be so cool. This would be like the best day ever. This would be like the best day ever. 9 mint, 46 bucks. I just made some money there. Mewtwo. It's a Mew evening. I'm recording this Wednesday evening because Wednesdays are for GameStop, and you know, apparently they're for me. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of tough because, you know, with that 46, you know, I could sell for 41, or, you know, what I might want to do, I think I'm just going to sell it for the 90%. And so I get $38.91 plus like the $3 over here. So you know, I'd be able to get another starter pack and then have $100, more than $100 in my account. So what I'm going to do is probably do that. And then if I get some other cards, you know, just kind of accumulating my stash, my cash stash, then eventually maybe I could put some of these into my collection. And then from that, I can explore selling them, listing them on eBay via, you know, the Power Packs portal over here. And so, yeah, before I do that though, I should pause and we should indulge in, you know, what this card is. So this is the number 114 Team Rockets Mewtwo X. And this is from the 2025 Pokemon Japanese SV10 Glory of Team Rocket. And this one's actually super rare. And I've previously gotten a super rare one of these, so we can actually look at my collection of cards that I've sold after this in just a second. But you know, it's painful, but I need to build up my wallet stash so we can do this, you know, sustainably. And so far, this has been really good to me. I've made $38.92. So yeah, let's buy that back. Seeing if the offer gets accepted. It's been accepted. Okay, that's great. So my wallet grew. Look at that. Buck is celebrating up there. So now my wallet balance is $141.86. So like I said, I've net put in $100 to that account, and I've made about 42% on that. And we've had some great times, you know, checking out these cards in here. So we can actually look at the different cards that I have opened over here. And so this is, you know, the one in my collection. We can actually look at that creepy guy. I think that I've actually opened this card before, or one very similar to it, because I remember his hands being super weird. And also, you know, Team Rockets and stuff. And so maybe it's just because this is a 9 and it's mint. So let's actually go back to my collection, and we can see that I unfortunately don't have anything in my collection, but over here I can click on the sold, and we can see all of these cards. So this is, you know, actually, yeah, this is pretty cool. So this is the exact same card I had gotten before, but this is crazy. This was, look at that, 10, you know, and I sold that one, valued at, let's see, I'm actually kind of confused. I spent, I don't know if you can see it right there. I spent $50 on it, and then I sold it for 86. Card ladder value, this is $81. So I'm kind of confused by that, but yeah, so I mean, I opened this one last week, Gem Mint 10. And then if I do go back to the collection, we can see the one that I just opened. Apparently the exact same card, but this is a Mint 9. And then I got 41 back for that. So that's pretty cool. Up here listed 46. And so I guess these do kind of fluctuate in price because, I sold this one for $86.40, but now it seems like it's listed at $81. So it seems like that was a good sell on my part. So that's great to see. And then this other one, see lots of, Mewtwo type of stuff. And maybe this one, as it loads, maybe this one's not necessarily Mewtwo because it's the fusion. I'm actually kind of confused by it, but we can see the Mew energy mix right there and the other little characters around. So this is, fusion, so maybe it's a merger of them. To be honest, I don't really know. I only know, I believe it was the classic, cartoon from the late 90s, early 2000s. I grew up watching that. But yeah, these are all the cards that I've opened. So I've opened up 6 power packs, and I've just gotten to have this really nice experience opening them. While it is disappointing, a little bit maybe, that I don't have any items in my collection, but that is, like I said, something that I do want to experiment with. Maybe once, maybe that'll be an option in the poll. I'll have to consider that. So when I do post this video, which will probably be in the morning on Thursday, I'll have a poll ready linked in the description of the video, and you can vote on, what I open up next week with this $141. It will probably be something similar to this, but I might include something like add, and that would be to add to my collection. And then I could explore with buy it now, listing on that via eBay up here, and see if I can make some money with that, and if that's a better way to sell than selling direct with the 9% fee plus the 6% fee on top of that. So yeah, anyways, this has just been a great pack opening. Look at that. Imagine if I got this one Gem Mint 10. That's probably not even in the gold pack region or the gold pack ranking. That would probably be platinum, I'd imagine. So that's pretty cool. So maybe eventually I can get this number up to 500 and we can get the platinum up. But for now, I'm not going to add any more money, and we're just going to work what's in there, which is 141.86. But yeah, this was super, super exciting opening up that gold card. And yeah, it was great to share with you. But you guys, as always, those are just my thoughts, my cards, my collection. If you did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, and take care, guys. Bye-bye.